When will Auburn fans come back to reality? That's the question we ask today in this episode of Auburn Addicts. Let's go.
Talk to me, man. You know what I'm saying? I got my Auburn hat.
Okay.
From Bucky's. That's a Bucky's special. Got my Auburn hat. You know what I'm saying? I got the top down. You know what I'm saying? Got the top down. I'm ready to go, bro. You know what I'm saying? So you ready? What you been up to, man? What you got? What you been up to?
Nothing for real.
Okay.
Just chilling. Just chilling, waiting on today. Just ready to go, ready to rock and roll.
All right. Let's go. Check this out. All
right.
Got some questions for you off the question meter. All right.
Okay.
First question is to you and everybody listening, man. I want you to go into your Nick emotions, your deep Nick feelings. I want you to go deep and connect with your emotions, right?
Okay.
I want you to tell me, what are your feelings for this season, man? What are your feelings on how Hugh Freeze would do this season? What coming into the season? Let me set it up to you this way.
Okay.
Last season we had a terrible season, right? So you started out with all this optimism at the front of the season.
Yep.
Then it's like as the season progressed, you was like, oh my God, bro, we terrible, we horrible, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So check this out. As the season goes around, man, somehow I don't know if we get brainwashed or what it is, we get washed up the last season. So going into the new season, it's like, dude, we gonna go undefeated. So so my question is, have you been cleansed of last season, and what's your take on this season? Because mine is like, I'm pretty optimistic, man. I'm thinking we're gonna beat everybody right now. You know what I'm saying?
That's last season, I'm not even gonna lie, I was one of those Auburn fans that was like, hey, Coach Harsin needs another year. He needs another year. I was one of those people like, hey, the coach needs at least 3 years to get his people in place in order to get the program to where it needs to be. I was one of those guys. But the more I started hearing about what was going on in Auburn, especially when it came to the recruiting aspect of Auburn University, and that sometimes it was even hard to find the head coach when you had like main recruits that were considering Auburn, but your head coach wasn't around to recruit. That's when I started getting worried. This season, I am I'm optimistic, but I'm cautiously optimistic. I'm looking at, I don't think we're gonna beat everybody, but my bold prediction for this season is 9 wins.
9 wins. Okay, we're gonna go to the schedule. We're gonna go to the schedule in a few minutes because like I said before, I'm optimistic. I'm looking forward. I've been brainwashed listening to the whole going around listening to everybody. I've been just brainwashed, man. And I'm on the high of the recruiting and what Hugh Freeze is doing as far as recruiting. So I can't lie, man. I'm on cloud 9, man. I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So my question is, you saying 9 wins, right?
I think 9 wins.
All right, 9 wins. All right. I'm gonna let you give me your 9 wins. We're gonna go down the schedule. All right. Okay. But first, what I want you to answer is, where will the season derail? Okay, like I'm dreaming, right? I'm California dreaming, bro. I'm out here. I'm gone. Okay. When do I come to earth? At what point? Which game does it hit me? And I'm like, I wake up and like, man, it's not what I thought it was gonna be. Because last year, bro, was Penn State, bro, was just like, man, Penn State, bro, was like, I went in Penn State looking at the last year, like, okay, dude, we was like right at the goal line in their house from beating them.
Yes.
So it was like, okay, dude, We about to do that deal to these guys, man. We about to do it.
Yeah.
And bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. After that game, I'm like, bro, it's embarrassing to be an Auburn fan. I'm about to say Alabama fan, but it's embarrassing to be an Auburn fan right now, bro. So tell me that before we go down the schedule, Nick. Tell me, when will I wake up and be like, oh man, the dream is ending? What game would that be?
Well, I'm gonna ask you this question. I asked the question with a question, even though you're not supposed to do it.
Okay.
Right, what are you considering the dream of the season? Like, explain that to me. Like, expound on that.
Okay, for me, and I can imagine other people feel this way. And if you feel this way, man, please drop a comment and let me know you agree with me.
Okay.
But it's like right now, I'm on this, like, man, I'm on this high, dude. Like, I'm on this Perry Thompson high. I'm on this Riddick high, man. I'm on this TJ Lindsey high. I'm on this recruiting high where it's like, man, I'm proud to be an Auburn fan again. You feel me? So it's like listening to all the recruiting pundits, man. And I know these recruits don't affect this year, man, but it's the aesthetic, it's the optics. Am I saying it right? Yeah. It's the optics. It's the optics of how it looks, man. It just right now, man, I'm on a Hugh Freeze high, dude. It's like I feel like I'm going into the season and he hasn't even played a game, but bro, I feel like we're gonna win every game. It's like the off-season success got me jaded. You feel what I'm saying? So when will it hit me and I'm like, okay, man, dang, he got to get a few more classes. Because I know it's gonna be a game, man. Well, we gonna lose soon. Hopefully we don't, man. It might be a Gus first year, man. Where we go all back, when we go to the national championship.
I don't see that.
Okay. Well, tell me when is it? When will I wake up, man?
I'll put it like this. I don't think it's gonna be a loss. I think it's actually gonna be game 2. I think it's gonna be
game 2.
Whoa.
Hold on.
And I'm not saying Auburn will lose the game. I'm saying that it's going to be probably a more competitive game than what people think.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, because you got to look at it. If you look at Cal's roster right now, I mean, that roster has kind of been together for a while. This roster right here, and when you see when Hugh Freeze came in, the roster got kind of overhauled. You kind of got a lot of transfers coming in and stuff like that. So you're trying to get a lot of veteran leadership in to kind of build up the class to make it competitive this year. Because if you take that roster from last year and you had that same roster come in with no upgrades, Auburn would lose Cal.
I could buy that. I could buy
Auburn would lose to Cal.
Yeah.
So
it would definitely be in a struggle.
I think that's that second game of the season is probably going to be the one that kind of like make people be like, okay, hold up. We really got to go out here and play some games. Like, we really got to go out here and be like, all right, wait a minute. We just can't run over people, because you got to think of the logistics of it as well too. They're playing that game in California on the West Coast as well. Okay. So travel times, traveling, trying to get there, scheduling and all types of that can affect it as well. But also it comes down to quarterback position. Is that offensive line going to be the offensive line that plays the whole season? Is that wide receiver core? Is that going to be the wide receiver core that's going to be the ones that you go with, the number one wide receiving core, defensive line, linebackers? Like, I still think this team has a lot to figure out. But I think talent wise, they are more talented enough to win some games just off talent alone.
Okay. That's so Nick, you killing my high, bro. You killing my high, man.
Okay.
I thought you was gonna say like maybe Texas A&M, Georgia. Yeah. I'm thinking we gonna hit it. We gonna hit this ski slope, bro. We gonna take off. You know what I'm saying? Then what's the guy named the Marvel guy, Falcon. Then the Falcon wings gonna come out, and we just gonna keep flying. You feel what I'm saying? But that's depressing. Okay.
I mean, literally the most obvious choice on the schedule is either game 4 or game 5. Okay. And if you listen to my podcast, What a Cool Talk, I actually picked.
Man, how you plugging your podcast? How you plugging your podcast, man?
I don't know. It's right there.
You're like, yeah, man. If you listen to my podcast, Water Cooler Talk.
It's on screen, so people can see it now. I'm pretty sure they already saw it. But I actually picked Texas A&M to be the first team out of the playoff this year. I think Texas A&M.
Really?
Yes, I did. I think Texas A&M is that talented. Now I'm kind of wavering on that. That was before SEC Media Days when Jimbo would not give a clear answer on who would call plays between him and Petrino. So I'm kind of wavering on that because Texas A&M is a very talented team. Now, if you think about it, you look at last year's Texas A&M team, their defense was in a lot of those games for the first 2.5, 3 quarters. But when your offense is bad and can't get a first down and can't score touchdowns, and your defense is on the field that much, at some point your defense is gonna fold. So that same defense was full of sophomores, juniors, and some freshmen that were playing. So that same defense coming back with a second-year DJ Durkin, who's the defensive coordinator, and now you add Bobby Petrino, who most punters are saying now, who doesn't have to have the worries of being a head coach, going out shaking their hands, going out talking to donors, but literally just sit there and evaluate quarterbacks and call plays and come up with an offense for a week. Who literally is an offensive genius. Just put together an offensive game plan. Texas A&M is a dangerous team. So I actually had Texas A&M as my first team out of the playoffs this year. So that's on the schedule. That is the most obvious spot to say, yes, that's what Auburn can come up short at with the first loss. But I still put it like this. I think Cal is the team that where you see them on the road first. You see Auburn on the road going to Cal, to play Cal on the road. And that's going to be their first true test because it's going to be away from the South. It's going to be on the West Coast and things like that. And you now are putting in who everybody is presuming. Well, if you talk to people who was at the scrimmage this past weekend, who possibly could be the starting quarterback, and Peyton Thorne actually having to play in front of a hostile crowd with a new team and a new system. I mean, that's where you can kind of see some of what Auburn will need to work on before they play the next game, before they get to Texas. So yeah.
Okay, I can buy that because DJ Durkin is that guy.
He
is that guy. The defense at Texas A&M was not the problem last year. It definitely was the offense.
No.
So on that note, I can buy that, man. I can buy that stock that may be our first loss. Now, man, we're gonna have to expound a little more on that them being the first team out, bro. So
no, I think that's if you look at that roster from top to bottom, that is a very talented roster. I mean, the recruiting class he had come in last year, full of 5 stars. What was the number 1 or number 2 recruiting class in the country that came in last year?
Yeah.
In that recruiting cycle. I mean, I think that team is very talented. Connor Wiggins coming back at quarterback, and he has a chance to kind of solidify that position. But yeah, I think that was my personal pick. I thought Texas A&M would probably be the 5th team out of the playoffs. I think that highly of them. But it really depends on the dynamic between Jimbo Fisher and Bobby Petrino of who's going to come out. That's okay.
Look, we're gonna hit the schedule. So everybody, hold on. We're gonna hit the schedule, but I gotta stay right here. Okay, since you got them your first team out, bro, who is your top? Give me your 4 right quick, and we're gonna go down the schedule. But give me your 4, man. Who's your 4?
My 4, I'm going Georgia, of course, number 1. Michigan, number 2. So those are the obvious ones. You can flip back and forth between Michigan and Ohio State. The only reason why I did not pick Ohio State is because of the quarterback position. I don't know what Kyle McCord is at quarterback for Ohio State. So I'm going with purified JJ McCarthy at Michigan. It's number 2.
Okay.
Number 3 and 4 are kind of the wild picks. Number 3, I'm going with Oregon. I'm going with Bo Nix in Oregon. And Dan Lanning as the head coach. And then number 4, I think number 3 was Oregon. And then number 4, I'm going with Steve Sarkisian in Texas and Quinn Ewers. Yep.
So you know what you just said, right?
Yeah, I said Alabama's not in the top 4. That's exactly what I just said. That's exactly what I just said. Yeah. I have Alabama, and that is a different conversation as well because I think a lot of people are giving Alabama a lot of credit when I can potentially see Alabama winning 9-10 games this year, not going undefeated. I can literally see it.
We're losing all the Alabama fans. They turn.
I mean, come on, look at. Hey. I mean, honestly, let's look at Alabama's roster. I mean,
hold up, Nick. Hold up, Nick. This is some good stuff, man.
Yes.
Some good stuff. Hold on.
That is my top 4. My top 4 is going to be Georgia, Michigan, Oregon, and Texas. That's my top 4. And Texas A&M is the 5th team, first team out. Oh man, that's pretty good. That's pretty good right there. That's pretty good. I have nothing to take. I can't even.
Okay.
Like, hey.
Okay. So what you? Okay. This is okay. This is good. So if all the Alabama fans left, and like, bro, we just got 10,000 subscribers, man. For that,
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
you on that Cam and Cam juice, man. So I'm
Oh,
gonna take a sip of that.
nah, that's my
That's
personal
that
opinion.
that
That's
Nick
my personal
juice.
opinion.
I'm
Hey,
taking it.
hey, I honestly feel Alabama is not a great team this year. I think this is one of those years where Alabama is going to struggle. That's just how I see it. I do.
Okay, so bro, you got Alabama and Auburn winning the same amount of games.
Basically, I do. And I'm going back and forth with it because I was struggling between 8-4 and 9-3 for Auburn, but I actually could see Auburn winning 9 games. But I actually think Alabama probably winning 9-10 games this year. I think Alabama will
Nick,
get 9-3, 10-2 team.
You trying to get all the Auburn subscribers over to the coolest, the
Water Cooler Talk, the coolest podcast. You know what it is. But no, that is not the reason why I'm doing it. That is my honest and genuine opinion of what I see so far. I mean,
right,
I'm so serious. That is what I see. I honestly believe that they have problems at quarterback. Offensive line last year was not that great, and it didn't get any better because Bryce Young won a lot of those games for them. Defense was kind of suspect last year as well. Secondary was not that great. I mean, you have Kool-Aid McKinstry coming back in the secondary. I mean, you have the defensive line probably their strongest point on defense, and the linebacker core wasn't that good at tackling. So, I mean, if you think about it, I mean, what has changed? I mean, you do have Quay Roussard and the other 5-star that came in from Montgomery at Alabama, but will they play their freshman year? I don't know. We'll see.
Some of them, but you had a loaded class this year and last year.
Yeah, that doesn't mean anything to me. I'm just gonna be completely honest with you.
And you dealing with Uncle Nick, bro. Come on, man. You dealing with Uncle Nick, bro. You think Nick just gonna just lay down and go away quietly?
No, I don't think so. I just think the talent gap that Alabama had against a lot of teams has been closed. I really do believe that. I think Alabama is not the most talented team in the SEC West. As if you would have looked at this, if you would have looked in past seasons at what Alabama had going on at the quarterback position, i.e. the Blake Sims year. Okay. If you go back and look at the talent gap between the SEC West, the teams in the SEC West and Alabama at that time, it was a huge talent gap. I mean, you were not solidified at quarterback, but you had Blake Sims come in and play, who was a running back, who came in as a running back, but now he's a quarterback, and then you still win.
Nick, you got me. Nick, you got me. Look.
So I'm just saying, I'm saying now that the talent gap has closed up because I think Ole Miss on offense, they can score with anybody. I'm not sleeping on Mississippi State. Arkansas probably has the most complete offense to come back in it. Well, between Arkansas and LSU, they probably have one of the most complete, the most solidified quarterback positions, I would say, come back in the SEC West between them.
Okay. Well, if Alabama is not the most talented team
in the SEC West,
right in the West, which that's another show. So y'all got to come back. Yeah, no, seriously, man, y'all got to come back. Who is the most talented team then in the West?
LSU.
You saying LSU was more talented than Alabama?
Yes.
Okay, I'll challenge you on that, but we gonna have to look at that and then come back. But
okay,
I think it's Alabama. But we'll come back to that. Okay. Now, let's go down this schedule because I need to know. I'm on the couch now. All the addicts on the couch.
Okay.
Right? So we need you to slowly, man, bring us back to reality because I'm out there. A lot of addicts out there. You know,
I'm not an Auburn expert. I'm not trying to say I am, but I can tell you what I think will happen. But go ahead, though. Let's go.
All right, here we go. UMass.
That is a win.
That's a win. Okay. Cal.
At Cal is a struggle, but a win.
Okay, I'm just keep going.
No, I'm being serious.
You heard me, Nick. You heard me.
It will be a struggle for some time, but it'll be a win.
Okay. Sanford.
Win.
Texas A&M.
At College Station.
Okay, yeah, I'm writing this down. Let me write this down. Texas A&M. At College Station. Yeah.
At College Station.
Yeah.
Hopefully the quarterback position will be solidified by then. As of right now, I'm going with a loss.
Okay. LSU. We at LSU.
LSU
Last game in Death Valley.
at LSU.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, we at LSU.
Yeah, we at LSU.
At LSU, they won the last game at LSU, right?
Yes, they did. But that was with a Bo Nix Houdini.
Yeah, that was with a Bo Nix
Just
Houdini.
magical. Yeah.
That is a loss. I see that as a loss.
Golly, man.
Yeah.
Okay. UGA then, so that's a loss.
That is.
We got UGA at home.
UGA at home, a close loss. I'm thinking somewhere like maybe a last-second field goal loss.
Okay. Dang, we 3-3, Nick.
Yeah, we 3-3.
So right there, man, I'm like, the shine wearing off. You know what I'm saying? The shine wearing off, man. Okay. So like right there, dude, I ain't even cooking my hot dogs on the grill no more. I'm like just boiling. I'm just boiling. I'm just putting them on the stove, boiling them at that point, man. Okay. All right. Okay. So now Ole Miss.
That's a win.
Okay, that's Ole Miss is a win at home. Okay. Mississippi State.
That is a win at home as well.
Okay, I'm putting my hot dog back on the grill now. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting my hot dog back on the grill now. Well, we 5-3. Okay. All right. Okay. Vandy. At Vandy. Homecoming.
That is, yeah, that was weird, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I said, wait, what? I said, hold on, wait a minute.
Hey, you know,
I said, wait a minute. I said,
you know, you put your scrubs on homecoming, man. So I guess they're like, bro, these some scrubs.
I said, really, Clark Lee? Come on, Clark Lee. I mean, are you serious right now, man? No, but that's a win. That's Auburn win that game.
Hey, man, they looked at that Penn State game. They were like, yeah, that's our homecoming team. That's homecoming right there, man. That's all. All right. Man. So you got Vandy as a W.
Vandy as a W.
All right. Arkansas.
Arkansas is a close win.
Are we at home or away? We in Arkansas, right?
Yeah.
We're away. Okay.
That's a close win. That's a very Arkansas is a tough team.
Okay, man. Hold on. Now, this is the question. I know everybody, when you said that close game, everybody wondering, because I'm wondering. Hugh Freeze took Liberty in there, bro, and beat them last year.
Yeah, he did. You gotta think about it though, man.
So he coming with more talent, bro. He's better quarterback, better receivers, better line, better coaching. I mean, so we gonna struggle against Arkansas. He took Liberty in there and beat them dudes, man.
You're right, he did. But let's be honest. You know, I said one time, I said when you be looking at guys in the post game interview, and like for example, like you have a number 2 team in the country play what's considered a cupcake team, and they'd be like, yeah, this past week we had to focus on this team. You know, we had to make sure this team was, we had to stay focused. You know, knowing that you got a top 10 matchup coming next week. Are you really focused on that team that you really paid to come in and beat?
But I mean, if they coming in with Hugh Freeze, yes.
No, I'm talking about Arkansas last year when they played Liberty. Do you think Arkansas was really like focused to play Liberty?
They probably, I give you that, but what I'm saying is, if I know it's Hugh Freeze coming in, you know what I'm saying?
No, this Hugh Freeze had been out of the SEC for like 6 years at this point. For some time, so we don't know what.
Though, bro.
I'm just saying. I mean, I understand where you're coming from, but I think it's a close win because I think people play up to competition. That's just how I think people play up to competition.
All right, Nick. All right. New Mexico, Nick.
That's a win.
You got us struggling against Cal. You got us struggling against Arkansas, man. Like, bro, I'm gonna be someone biting my fingernails during the season.
The reason why I'll clarify the Cal once we get finished. I would clarify that, but yeah, I think we beat New Mexico State, and I think the last game, of course, is Alabama.
Okay.
I think we beat Alabama. I think we beat Alabama. And if you listen to what I'm saying, I told you, I said earlier, Alabama's not that much of it's not that talented of a team. This year, in my personal opinion, that's just how I see it.
So, do we win the bowl game?
It depends on who we play. That's 9. That's what is that? That's a 9-3 season.
That'll be a 10-win season, bro.
No, that's 9-3. Oh, you talking about if we win a bowl game?
No, if we win a bowl game, that's a 10-win season.
It's 10 wins.
So, okay, let me tell you this: if Auburn has a 10-win season, right?
Yeah,
bro. Hold up, I gotta drink some more of that Nick, that Nick juice. Hold on.
Oh my god. Oh,
Gotta drink some more of that Nick juice. Okay.
Goodness.
So, man, what you telling me, Nick?
Yeah.
If Auburn has a 10-win season, right? And Alabama, that from what you're saying, Alabama's gonna have a 9 or 10-win season.
Yeah.
Do you know the ensuing apocalypse that's gonna happen if Auburn has a 9 or 10-win season, Alabama has a 9 or 10-win season, and Auburn beats Alabama in the Iron Bowl?
I'm very aware of that.
Do you understand where recruiting is gonna go? Now you got me back on the high, Nick. You're supposed to have us on the couch, man, settling us down, man.
No, I think it's time. I think it's time for the Auburn family to get out of that rut. To not just be like good with just getting by and just getting and just being like, oh, we beat Alabama this year. That's a good season. You know what it is. It's time to start thinking championships around Auburn, Alabama. That's what it is. It's time to start thinking national championships around Auburn, Alabama. It's time to start, and especially with the college football playoff expanding to 12 teams, I honestly don't see why Auburn is not perennially in the 12-team playoff every year.
No, I agree. I can agree with that, man. Man, it's time, man. It's time, dude.
Agree.
Bro, I'm serious, man. These last few years, man. I remember, man, back in the Tuberville era, man, it was like, bro, like even in the early Gus era, man, it was like, man, I was like walking around beating my chest like, man, who wants some?
Of course.
Now, bro, you know what I'm saying? I'm not a hider. You know what I'm saying? I still wear my Auburn stuff when we losing and everything, man. But it's just like, man, like, you just, bro, feel inferior to all the SEC teams, bro. It's like we can't even get a 5-star. You know what I'm saying? God,
we're getting them now.
Yeah, so that's all I'm on high. All right, Nick. Here we go. Let me ask you this question.
Okay.
What does Nick do on game day, man? What's your game day go to? What's your ritual? You know what I'm saying? We got a segment show on this channel, man, called Tailgating Menu. So, you know what I'm saying? We're going to be dishing out some dishes, man, and visiting some tailgates, man, doing the whole tailgating thing. So for you, Nick, like on a game day, man, what's the go-to? How you getting down, man?
Oh, well, that's easy. That's pretty simple. It's really football all day. So we wake up, of course, you know, check the phone, make sure everything's good. Then it's time to watch College Game Day. So we watching ESPN College Game Day all day. Well, up until it's time for kickoff. And then normally after that, it's time to watch whatever that 12 o'clock game is. So I'm watching that 12 o'clock game window. And then normally you have the SEC game of the week on CBS. And so I'm watching that. And then flipping over back to ESPN or ABC for whichever game is that primetime game at 7. So that's really what I do all day. It's really just sitting down watching football all day. That's really it. There's nothing else that I do but just watch football.
Nick, what's the go-to meal? Like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Are you cooking? Are you grilling? You know what I'm saying? Are you ordering out? Because, you know, sometimes I hit the grill, bro. Sometimes I'm on the crock pot. You know, it just depends. You know what I'm saying? It's like every week is a new adventure. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I'm like restauranting, I'm ribbing, it's just all over the place during the season. So what's the go-to food, man? What's your go-to? You cooking?
Rotel. That is the go-to.
Okay.
Rotel. That or I can't even think of the name of it right now. Jesus Christ, I done lost my train of thought. Cheeseburgers. That's what it is. That's what I think of cheeseburgers.
Saying, okay, you going to the grill with the cheeseburgers, or you like just going to McDonald's?
No. It's on the grill. It's on the grill. We going to the store, getting the ground chuck, season it up ourselves, make them ourselves, throw them on the grill. We good to go.
Okay, let me ask you about the Rotel, Nick. Do you have a special Rotel recipe you do? And we're gonna close this shop down with this. You know what I'm saying? Because I need to drop a tailgate menu show and do some Rotel, man. Because that is a go-to, man. That's mandatory. Okay.
It's cream cheese instead of Velveeta cheese.
Okay.
So
well, see, mine I do both. I do
both?
cream cheese and Velveeta. I do both.
We stick strictly with cream cheese around here. This is
Okay. So Nick, y'all going just cream cheese with some chips?
Yeah, with the man.
Hold up.
It tastes real good to me. That's how I see it.
Hold up, Nick.
It tastes good to me. And you know what? I didn't even, and before I got married, I didn't even know that you could do it with cream cheese, to be honest with you. My wife just did it one day and I was like, oh, this tastes really good. It tastes better. So I like it.
No, I'm saying what all do you put in there? I'm just saying, do you just melt some cream cheese and dip the chips in there?
No, not at all.
Bro, that's what I'm asking. I'm like, bro,
we got bell peppers, tomatoes, you got the ground beef that you brown. Well, first thing you gotta do is you gotta make sure you gotta set everything out the night before so it'll be ready to go.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So you take your ground, you take your ground, your beef, you brown it. You know, you brown.
Okay.
Then you take your bell peppers and your tomatoes, chop them up.
Well, I see you chopping like you do. Okay, go ahead.
And then you brown them, you put them in the skillet, let that thing, simmer right there.
Yeah.
Then you take cheese and you put all of it. You take the brown, you take the ground beef, take all the little vegetables that you did, put them in the pot, and then you take the cheese and you just throw the cheese in there, let it melt down. And when it melt down, all that it's good. It's good.
Okay, I might have to have you on a segment, man, of tailgating menu, man. Cause
all day, just let me know when I'm there.
What's up, Nick? Nick, tell the people where they can find you. I know it's the Water Cooler Podcast, but it's the coolest Water Cooler Podcast. Not just the Water Cooler Podcast, but it's the coolest Water Cooler Podcast.
Yes.
Come on. Tell the people where they can find you, Nick.
Everybody, you can find us at the Water Cooler Talk Podcast, the coolest podcast in your ear. We drop episodes every Wednesday, like clockwork. Every Wednesday, you can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Overcast, Google Podcasts, wherever you get your podcast, you will find us there. Check us out on our website at watercoolertalk.buzzsprout.com. Also, man, follow us on Instagram and TikTok at the Water Cooler Talk. Follow us on Twitter. We just got a Twitter a couple weeks ago. Is at the coolest 23. And search us on YouTube. Search us on YouTube at Water Cooler Talk Podcast on YouTube. So yeah, man.
Okay. What's that? What's the YouTube though? Is Water Cooler Podcast 23 on YouTube also?
No, it's just search us. You can search us at Water Cooler Talk Podcast on YouTube.
Gotcha.
But it is you can type in the coolest pod 23, but it's easy to type in Water Cooler Talk Podcast in the search bar on YouTube.
Hey, that's what's up, man. Y'all need to go check that out, man. Especially with this guy talking about this Bryce Young take.
Hey man, right now, and I will stand by that. Bryce Young is a top 10 quarterback in the NFL right now, and I stand by that.
Okay, we gotta go. We gotta go. Let me, bro. Nick, you got this. You got that Nick juice. That Nick juice.
That SI article that came in at that time when I read it. Bryce Young is a top 10 quarterback in the NFL right now, and I stand by it. I will stand by that. Yes, I do.
That Nick juice I'm drinking.
Yeah,
it's that Nick juice.
It is.
All right, Nick. We're gonna get out of here, man. Nick, we're gonna have you back on, man. We appreciate you coming through, man. You know what I'm saying? You got us on the couch, man. You talked us down. Then you just sprinkled us with pixie dust again, talking about Alabama. You sprinkled us with all this pixie dust, man, telling us that Alabama gonna have a 9-win season, and we're gonna have a 9-win season, and we're gonna beat them in the Iron Bowl. Now we on a high again. We ready.
I'm telling you right now, man. Hey, it's gonna be a great season this year. It's gonna be an interesting season. It's gonna be an interesting season for Auburn fans. I am so excited. I'm so excited for the new era in Auburn. We finally have a guy that can recruit. that was willing to recruit, and I see championships coming to Auburn in the near future. I see it coming. I see it coming.
That's the addicts drinking that Nick juice. right, Nick. You come back, man. Anytime, man.
Oh, man, I
Appreciate you coming through, man.
Thank y'all so much.
Hey, man, everybody, put us in your rotation and War Eagle.